I really fucking love snacks. Hello and welcome to Snack Time. I am your host, Lindsay Adams. Up top, I just want to say, if you enjoy this podcast, thank you so much. Please subscribe and leave a review. Someone told me to do that up top. That's why I'm doing it. Also, subscribe for Sugar Bear. She's really invested. I'm really excited for today's episode and for our guest today, who chose one of my favorite snacks personally. So I would like to welcome, I promised I would say don't welcome to the stage because that is not correct for a podcast. Okay, but please welcome to the podcast, Eliza Skinner.
Yay!
Yay! Welcome. Thank you for doing this podcast about snacks.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I mean, we all love snacks.
Do we? Right? Yes. No, we all love snacks.
But your cat is named Sugar Bear?
Yeah.
My dog, when I adopted him, was named Sugar Bear. That was like the rescue or named him, and I was like, I can't call him Sugar Bear. That's too sweet. So yeah. I renamed him. My cat is named Casper, so I was like, I need some sort of ghosty name to go with Casper.
Yeah,
and stick with maybe the cereal mascot theme, so I named him Booberry.
Oh, that's how he got his name.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Booberry I've seen evolution from Sugar Bear.
So cute. Yeah, she was named by the shelter and I just decided never to change it. But I like almost never call her Sugar Bear. It's like her formal name.
Sugar Bear also, it works better for a cat because cats have a little bit more of an edge to them than my dog does. It's just a sickly sweet match for my dog because he is such a soft boy.
He's so cute too. If you have a chance and you're listening, go to her Instagram and fucking take a hot peek.
It's
at the cutest.
Almost entirely him.
As it should be. What? No bikini pics with the dog? You should be ashamed.
I've done many different sort of selfie projects in the past, and over the past year, I just lost all enthusiasm for them.
100%. I like admire people who are like still putting on makeup. I mean, like it's a journey at this point for me.
Obviously, I've done my hair. I put a lot of effort into that.
It looks great.
Thank you.
It looks great. Is that a butterfly clip by chance?
Yeah, I just invested in a bunch of them. And so I'm like, there we go. That's what I do with my hair now. I just stick it in that.
I'm so happy they're back because I think it was maybe a year ago that I was like, you know what would be helpful is if I could wear one and not look like an old person.
Yeah, I was still rocking one until about a year ago. And that was when I think like the last tooth broke off of it. So it was like officially like I only 3 teeth left. This is not doing its job anymore. So,
they do sell them like that, to be fair.
Yeah, but it was like a long one. It was like someone with some sort of dental trauma.
Dental trauma, understood. That's so funny. Every time I do this podcast, because of the video aspect, I'm always like, I'm gonna get dressed up. I'm gonna look fucking cool, and then it's like flying out of the kitchen from stuffing my face with whatever, which was loose lunch meat today, which is...
I've been doing a lot of that recently.
Have you?
Yeah. I have, I even tweeted about it a while back that like a year ago I was making full meals and now, I will just eat roast beef straight out of the package.
Yep.
And maybe some smoked turkey, put a piece of cheese in there too, and then it's a meal.
Yeah, I mean, that's technically a roll-up that they charge money for as like a quote-unquote protein snack.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm very invested in protein and laziness and not having to wash a dish.
Oh, that's my thing. Do you have a dishwasher?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so jealous. I'm
Yeah.
so jealous.
In my last place, I didn't have one, and I bought a secondhand little one that you put on the counter.
Oh, was that satisfying?
Yeah, it was worth it. I mean, you could basically only do like one meal's set of
Right.
dishes, but yeah, it was pretty great. Because also
Shit.
I'll just let dishes sit in the sink, and then I basically
Yeah,
have to wash them to even put them in the dishwasher because I've let
that makes
them
sense.
get all dried and gross. I'm disgusting. That's
No,
what I
I'm
say.
disgusting too. I had a friend get in my car for the first time the other day, and it was like a situation where we're friends and we love each other, but we're new-ish friends. And so we didn't quite, we're not, when you're like
It's an
at that,
intimacy thing. You're seeing the
it's,
inside of someone's car. That's not everybody
yes.
sees that view of somebody.
And I literally went and got it cleaned. I mean, it needed to be cleaned anyway but it's like normally a dumpster.
Uh,
And can you
yeah,
relate?
I drive a Miata now, largely because I was like, I can no longer handle a backseat. It's
Oh,
just
that's
for
such a good
garbage.
call.
It's just
Yeah,
for garbage and even in like the trunk, all of it. So I was like, what can I get that is so small I physically can't fill it with garbage?
that's fair.
There's no space for the garbage to go. So
That's fair. I did that with by switching from a purse to a fanny pack.
yes, same thing.
I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? It turns into a dumpster. Somehow everything I own turns into a dumpster. I just it's like yes, a purple fanny.
Oh, I have the selection so I can match.
Stop. I know. I always wear the same one, but I'm obsessed because I will tell you, I recently have started using a bag again. I just threw my fanny pack in the bag and I'm like, I'll just pull it out. I have a full size brush. I have receipts from 40 trips to the grocery store. I mean, you name it. I had a full hairspray in there last night at a show.
Yeah, I have a little backpack that I use because the other nice thing about the fanny pack and the tiny backpack, besides them being too small to stuff too much stuff into, is that it's
Right.
not as bad on my shoulders and neck. Because especially living in New
Yes.
York, I would have I would be all like twisty and janky from carrying a heavy
Huh.
bag on the side. And now Boo rides in a bag a lot of the time because he's really bad
Ah.
on the leash. And rather than drag him around, I'll be like, fine, I'll just plop you in your bag. And it's like made for that. But he's put on some pandemic weight,
Oh,
like
boo
I
boo.
have. And so it's
Like we all have.
yeah. I mean, I didn't want to speak for everyone, but I do know that my dog
Huh.
and I have. And so that's starting to happen again. He can't fit in
Yeah.
a fanny pack though, sadly.
Yeah. No, I mean, we could only wish. I've tried putting my cat in a bag thinking that that would work because, sometimes cats are into it. No, that's not a thing.
Yeah, the one thing cats seem to universally love gig bags. So like a bag that like a guitar or cymbals or any kind of musical instrument, something about that fabric
Right.
is what cat carriers should be made out of. They are addicted to it.
They love it. I mean, as soon as I open any suitcase, she's inside of it, like any sort of box. I mean, she's just truly a real basic bitch. But um, I had
Do you
it
call her out or are you like, you're such a cliche?
I
Oh my
do.
God.
I'm like, honestly, the howling at night. It's like, who are
We
you?
get it. You're a
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah. Relax. Nobody cares. No, during the pandemic, I became really determined to take her out on a leash. And look, I knew that it wasn't going to work, but I spent a lot of time on TikTok watching people take their cats for walks on leashes. And guess what? Their cats looked happy. There's also tons of videos on there of people whose cats go swimming in the ocean. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, no, my TikTok is just all videos about dyeing hair and convincing me that I've got autism.
Oh
So
my God. That's so funny.
it was convincing me that I had ADHD, which I already knew. I was like, yeah, this is
Right.
right. And now it's sliding into autism. And I'm like, I mean, okay, I'll listen, TikTok, if I'll listen to your argument.
God, it's so funny. I was just talking last night about like I'm obsessed with the TikTok algorithm, but it just had so many, mine is all pets, but like it had so many videos of cats outside that I was like, you know what? Maybe Shug wants to get out
How far
every
did you
now and
get?
then. I mean, she's terrified of the outside. She's
Yeah.
not a cat that wants. So I got to like behind my building, and she was like, I mean, I have like a video of her wiggling out of the harness. Like she doesn't even want to leave the front door.
Yeah.
That's like not.
I used to do
Mm-mm.
my cat, and as soon as the harness went on him, he would just be like crouched on the ground, like, I hate
Yes.
this. I am a slug. Make it stop.
Yeah, she did that. And then she also like did some like contortionist shit and like just like let it float go over her head. Like
She
she
just
like loosened
shed
her
her
whole
bones.
body. Yes. I was like, okay, interesting tactic. I don't hate it, but not for this.
Yeah, my cat,
Flexible cat.
did get used to walking on a leash. It was just very boring because basically they're walking you. Like once it will
Yeah.
walk around on a leash, it won't go where you want to. So you're just sort of following it around holding the leash.
Or dragging it.
Yeah. Unless you've some of those cats that do like leashes, I think they just started when they were kittens and they've just always had
Yeah.
them anyway. But because of it, my cat Casper decided that his territory was the whole like outside around our building. And so then he was like, I gotta go outside and check my space. I gotta go check my territory all the time. And so I was like, I've created a monster. So when we moved, I was like, there is no outside. It doesn't
Oh
exist. And
my,
he's like, you're lying. And I'm like, no. There's just this house. That's all it is now.
oh
And he's
my
constantly
God.
trying to prove me wrong.
That's so funny. Yeah, she hates, I mean, I don't know what she's such a weird fucking cat. She's also like 16, so she's old now, but like she's never wanted to be outside. She'll like toy with the idea. And one time when I lived in Chicago, um we were living in Chicago, we had like a back door and it led to like the fire escape or whatever, and it would come open sometimes, and so I guess it was open at one point and she had gotten out, and she moves very slowly, but I guess like before we went to sleep I shut the door, locked it, whatever. Next morning I was like, where is Shug? And start freaking out. And I was like, oh my God, did I lock her out of the apartment? Losing my mind. I prepared to fully panic, go outside, open, start looking around, calling her, nothing. And then I go up to the top of the fire escape, which was only 2 floors. And she's like up there, crouched in a corner. And I was like,
What did you do
you.
to me?
Yeah,
You
I
left
mean,
me.
I was like, I'm so lucky that she's not the runaway type of cat, but she's like, she just doesn't like it. She's like, no, that's not my space.
Yeah.
So
Well, she
I'm
must like living
lucky.
with you.
She loves it. She loves it, and it'll never end. She loves me being obsessed with the fact that anytime she behaves differently, she's dying probably.
Oh
And I
yeah.
immediately call the vet.
The last time I took Bo to the vet, I was like, hey, is it just me or is it just like way more crowded now? Is that
Oh
because
yeah.
you have to sit in the car and that takes longer? And the like assistant guy was like, yeah, no, it is definitely more crowded now. And we think that it's because everybody's at home with their pets. So they can notice any kind of little change or
Right.
problem and are doing something about it. And I was like,
Totally.
oh.
My sister's a veterinarian and she was like, my job is hell right now. And I'm like, okay, sick. So do you want to diagnose my cat from states away? She's like, no, thank you. But I want to get into the snack that you chose because you chose a fucking good one. And it is surprising this has not been done yet,
I was
which
very surprised.
I know because I have had people on who have raved about it. So your favorite childhood snack is Cool Ranch Doritos.
Mhm.
I mean, elaborate, please.
I love Cool Ranch Doritos. I was not like I came from a very like all natural food type of family.
Same. I always talk about this. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, it was awful. And it was like a lot of very dry breads, like very dry pita. And my mom really liked that Pepperidge Farm white bread that was like almost as hard as a wheat bread.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yeah, like no sugary snacks, no sugary cereals, none of that stuff. But one of the things that I would do is save up my money, largely change. And when I came home from school, would ride my bike to the like corner store, the
Right.
convenience store in our neighborhood, quick check, and just buy what I could buy. And one of the things that I would buy would be one of those like little quarter bags. It cost like
Mm,
25 cents at the time of Cool Ranch Doritos.
yeah.
I was like, this flavor is magical. It is not just
Yes.
ranch, it is something unknown to the world before this chip.
Praise. Amen.
And I would like ride my bike to the park and sit with my haul, which would also usually be like some tasty cakes or something,
Right.
and just eat them all. I specifically remember one time walking down the street, they were having some sort of promotion for Cool Ranch. Well, for Doritos in general, I think it was like
Sure.
this Jay Leno promotion where
Okay.
it was like, if we see you on the street eating Doritos, you win. And I was like, yes, I got this. This is how I'm gonna
Oh
make my
my
big
God.
bucks because I'm gonna get two of these little Dorito bags and get a sweatshirt and I'm gonna attach them like pockets.
Stop.
So they're gonna be like part of my cool 80s outfit, or maybe 90s at that point outfit, but it's also gonna mean I can win this contest because I'll always have Doritos on me. I'll always have a bag of Doritos. They didn't say it
So
had to be a full
funny.
bag. They just said, have your bag. So
Wow. Okay, so you were
that's
clever. Look at that. Where did you grow up?
Richmond, Virginia.
Oh shit. So Quick Check spreads that far.
Oh, this was a local, this was not a chain. This was just like, that's what they named
Oh
their little local store. Um,
shit.
yeah, it
That
was
was
very, very small business.
okay, got it. Got it. I was like, no way. I grew up in Jersey and we had like the Quick Check gas station coffee convenient. It was like a Wawa, but it was like specifically my favorite because they had whipped cream to put on the coffee.
Yeah, this was
So,
not even a gas station. It was just like in New York, it would have been called a bodega.
oh, sick. Okay. So that's why it was 25 cents. That's great though. I mean, kudos to you for being satisfied with one of those little bags because I feel like the scarcity of snacks like that in my home meant that I was like, if we don't get a family size bag and house it, we will be fucked forever. So,
Yeah, I think I just short thought really short term, where I was like,
yeah,
I would like show up and be like, all right, I got 85 cents.
yeah,
Each of these quarters can get me something. I'm getting a teeny
right.
tiny, tiny, tiny bag of Doritos. I'm getting a tiny, tiny tasty cake. And then I'm going to get some Lucy Now and Laters because they do sell those. And
Oh, yeah. Fuck. I
yeah,
love now and laters.
yeah, maybe those, you remember those barrels of
Yes.
like, yeah, toxic juice? Maybe one of those. Maybe.
Ooh, okay. So you got into the lack of sugary stuff. Do you feel like that contributed to the kind of candy that you gravitate towards?
You know, as a kid, it definitely made me obsessed.
Yeah.
Um, but now I don't have it. I'm not as candy obsessed as a lot of my friends who just like always have, like, I don't always have candy around, and I do
Right.
like buy a piece of candy. Like my boyfriend makes fun
You're
of me that,
nuts.
yeah, my I will go to those like bulk candy places, and
Yeah.
I'll get like one piece of each thing, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Like I'll end up with a tiny tiny bag, but it's got like a dozen different things in it. And he's like,
Sure.
"What are you doing? You're a maniac." And I'm like, "Well, I don't want to eat a whole bunch of them, but I want to taste each one of them.
Oh
I just
my
got to
God.
taste. That's all I
No,
need."
I do understand the taste thing. And you know what? Doing what you do is my intention when I go to a bulk candy place. It's always my intention. But then I'm like, well, what if I love it and I got to have more? And so I always like get a significant amount. And then I'm like, why is this 3 pounds? Uh,
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm just like, Good Lord.
Yeah.
I've also been known to stick my hand in like an animal. So, I mean, not anymore. Obviously, Corona.
Wow.
I
I
know, but
didn't,
it's
I liked to believe that people like you weren't out there and
no,
that we
I
were.
mean, I'm at Sprouts, baby. I am at Sprouts. I
Sprouts has
know,
the
I'm
best
sorry.
bulk chocolate covered gummy bears because it's that,
They do.
yeah, because it's that like all natural gummy bear. So it's really very fruity tasting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a real
Sprouts is
splash.
Yeah, Sprouts is great. All their chocolate covered stuff is, I mean, look, I use the scoop and then I dump it into my hand. So it's not like
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm
So
not
you
like a
just steal.
full monster. Yes, fair. That is absolutely, you're right. Absolutely. I do steal. I steal as if I'm stealing gold bars too, because like my boyfriend will make fun of me because I'll like look around for the security guard and I'll be like, where is he? Distract him. Like, so that I could just grab like a gummy worm. And it's like, get a grip. I'm an adult. I could buy them.
But I won't. But
No,
I
I won't.
could. Have you
Look,
tried?
just
I
want to taste.
recently discovered the mango gummy bears at Sprouts. Have you tried these? It might be a
No.
special new thing, but like they have like their gummy bears and obviously their chocolate covered gummy bears. And then they
Right.
had one bin that was just mango gummy bears. And I was like, okay, if they were committing to a whole bin of just mango, this has got to be pretty good. So I
Oh,
think I got like 3 or 4 of them because I also was like,
I hate you. You're
do you,
so
do you want to
restrained.
try one? And Andrew, my boyfriend, was like, again, there's something wrong with you, but yes, I do. And it is good.
You're
Um,
so restrained. It's gorgeous, actually. Wow. What is it like to not be an addict?
I mean, I feel like I am an addict on other things. I'm like a salty snack person. So
Oh, well,
my big
okay.
thing is tortilla chips, like just regular straight up, especially I mean, they've got to be like restaurant style
What's the
tortilla chips.
brand you go for?
I don't I don't know, but I know what it looks like.
What's
Um
the bag?
well, there's a bag here that's just like plain cellophane and it has like a sticker on it that's
Yes,
like either
Cabo
red.
chips.
Yes.
Cabo
And then there's
chips. Yeah.
another one that's like has like a sort of Aztec-ish
Oh, yes,
yellow
yes,
and
yes.
red border.
I know
So
what you're
those
talking about, but I can't think of the name. I would recommend Chicas
two.
next
Okay.
time if you see them. They're fried in a different kind of oil,
Hmm.
and there's something really fucking delicious about them. There's one that's soy and lime, like soy sauce and lime. Absolutely fucking
See, now
delicious.
there's that weird kind of chip that's like they don't fill the bag very much and it has like a little
Oh,
star
yeah.
on it someplace and it's got they're the thing is that they're like it's chips but with soy sauce on it and I was like what and I tried it and was like no thank you that is not for me.
Oh, you know what?
I
Maybe
don't
that
like
is
that.
the same thing. I don't know. But there's also a different one. Maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. I love them. They're so incredibly delicious. But I mean, if I'm gonna have a tortilla chip, I'm also like the hint of lime.
Mhm.
I think it's like Tostitos or something. The hint of lime are like a great middle ground between Doritos and tortilla chips, in my opinion.
Yeah, I find that a lot of the like non-restaurant or like not really restaurant style, they'll like the Trader Joe's where they're like it's restaurant style. And they're like, no, it's not. It's church
Right.
picnic style. Like that that's the bag that you just always have.
Right.
I think they're too salty. Um, and with Cool Ranch, it's not just a salt flavor.
Right.
It's a whole dance. Um,
Right. 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 Right.
but
Right.
yeah, I don't want it too salty because then if it's too salty, then you got to have it with salsa and guacamole. And honestly, I'll eat them straight.
Oh, yeah, I'll eat them straight. I mean, my mom is the same way. She'll eat them straight. So, we're, very similar in that I mean, they're solid, but I will say I don't like the grainy ones. I
Oh, I'm
really
not crazy about the grainy ones either. Like,
Yeah,
I,
I'm very
I
specific about the texture.
although, those pre-fried the tortillas that are like supposed to be for tostadas. You can get like
Yes.
the tube of those sort of.
Yeah.
Those are grainy, but I do like them. Like I'll smash those up and eat those
Hmm.
like chips. I'm like, why are these better than tortilla chips.
I never thought to smash them up, and that's
Well,
actually such a great
I mean, I
call.
don't smash them, but
I
yeah,
mean,
you
I
break
know.
them.
You
And
break
usually there's
them.
so many broken in the package anyway.
Yeah.
You're just
Who's
making them all
using
for
them
it.
for a tostada? Let's be honest.
My boyfriend. He
Got it.
is a big tostada builder. I
That's
had
so
no idea. I
funny.
was on your side. I was like, that's just something to change things up at the Taco Bell drive-through. Like, it's
Right.
not just have a taco.
Yeah.
And no, he loves a tostada.
Oh my God. Embarrassing. I mean, it's not embarrassing. It's great. I mean, who am I to say? I
I've come
literally
around on it.
admitted I
I've
steal bulk bin candy. I don't have a right to judge.
I'm also a big breakfast person, so I've pulled his
Ah,
tostadas into breakfast where
nice.
I'm like, let's put a fried egg on top of one of these.
Ooh,
Boom. What a delight. I like putting a fried
interesting.
egg on top of whatever.
How do you feel about mixing Doritos with other foods? Like, so people will like put stuff on sandwiches. Apparently Lay's potato chips thinks that you should put their potato chips on salad, which checks out for Lay's. So it's like, how do you feel about these chip other food combinations?
I mean, it's okay. One of the reasons that I think I've said to you before that I feel like my snack opinions are bad and that people won't like them, and I often find in discussions that they don't, is
Right.
that I'm not so crazy about mixing up full flavor. That's not true. Sometimes I am.
Sure.
Sometimes I am, but like I'll eat just a hamburger. And I know a lot of people are like, you mean a cheeseburger? And I'm like, no, I like
Interesting.
to taste the hamburger part. And I feel like the cheese
Wow.
overwhelms it. And then you're having a cheese sandwich with some beef on it. Um, and same thing for like I want to eat the Dorito. I don't want to stick it in
Mm.
a tuna sandwich. I'm sure it's
Sure.
great.
Sure.
I I, I don't want to lose my Dorito opportunity. Um,
Fair. Well, especially because you get those teeny tiny bags. If you got a big bag, you could put them on the sandwich and you could eat them on the side.
but then eventually, like halfway through the bag, you'd be like, "I'm tired of this." I never want to feel that way about Cool
No,
Ranch Doritos.
I have never in my life I have never in my life experienced rolling up a half-eaten bag of Cool Ranch Doritos and been like, "You know what? I'm sick of this. Let me just."
Oh no, I would keep eating them. I just wouldn't be enjoying them that much.
Oh,
You
well,
know.
yeah. I mean, that usually doesn't stop me, but who knows? Maybe someday I'll grow up. It's not this moment.
Another fun thing about my boyfriend is that he lives in
Yeah.
Denver, which is super dry, so you don't have
Yeah.
to roll up the chip bags. I
Shut
was
up.
like, "You're lying to me. I don't want to ruin these chips." I'm even a clipper because I'm like,
You're a
I want to
clipper.
have
Got it.
things. I make a lot of chilaquiles too, so I gotta have chips
Oh.
around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, you don't need to do that here. It's not gonna get stale. There's no moisture in the air." And I tried it, and I was like, "This is great. This place is great."
What?
That doesn't mean that like a moth can't fly into that bag. So
Correct. Correct. I mean, there's lots of other hazards, but that is very cool. I will say this though. Well, I don't know if it works the same way or if it would work faster in that environment, but I love stale candy.
I
Um,
love a stale peppermint patty.
I mean like that or like I'm obsessed with stale marshmallows.
Really?
It sounds so weird, but I can't explain. They're like a cross between freeze dried and when like the moisture is just sucked out of them and like they become really chewy
Mhm.
and I'm a huge fucking fan. I like if
Mm.
I will hide marshmallows in my pantry wide open as I almost said the day you were born, but that doesn't make sense. But as I will leave them wide fucking open in my pantry and hope that I forget about them for like months so I can go back and like dig in.
So, how do you feel about cereal marshmallows?
Love them.
Yeah, because I feel like those are super
Stale.
stale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have the chewiness factor unless you like really maneuver your milk situation. Yeah, look, I have experimented. I mean, I've had a
Wow.
lot of time. I was eating puffins as a child,
Yeah.
as a privileged health food
Yeah.
child.
Honestly, when you asked me like what my favorite childhood snack was, I was like, I mean, I guess rice cakes. No, I didn't like that. I just had it a lot. I didn't like
I
it.
know.
It was
My
just the
mom,
only option.
she used to get the chocolate covered ones, like the ones on one side that were chocolate covered, and she was
Those
like, "This
those are
is
good.
a big treat."
I do
And
think those are good.
I mean, now I can see it. Now also I'm like, rice cakes are not bad, especially the one with the seaweed and stuff. Like I'm into those. But there's something about them that feels like a punishment now.
Yeah, there's a kind.
Just
I get like the really flat ones. They're like
oh
because the
yeah.
big ones, yeah, the big ones are like styrofoam, and
They
you're right, they
are.
taste like punishment.
They do.
Like your body is wrong, and you should lose
Yes.
some weight, 8-year-old. But that might just be
Exactly.
me.
No, no, it's the same. It's like I also like I always reference Boca burgers and I'm like,
Mhm,
does anyone know what I'm talking about? Boca
mhm.
burgers,
Yeah,
tofuti.
yeah,
I drank goat milk. Like we were
yeah.
deep in.
Well, we didn't even do like when I was really little. It was very health food ish. There was this place called I think it was called the Honey Shop, and I would go in, and since I was very small and I guess cute, they would give me a little cup of papaya juice, and I
Shit.
loved all natural peanut butter. But then after
Ugh.
that, once I was probably like 10 or 11, it wasn't so much about health food. It was about low calorie. So it
Oh
was a lot of
yeah.
diet right, still a lot of rice cakes, and yeah, just food that is unpleasant. Like
Yes.
just you shouldn't you shouldn't be excited to eat. Is seemed to be the message of most of the food in my house.
Yeah, that's interesting. See, like, I don't think my mom, I think she subconsciously like fell into that. I think it started out very health conscious. And then I was like a really chubby kid. And I also was like a crazy binge eater. I have like just addict to my core. But like, yeah, and so, like, she was kind of like, "Okay, I guess we'll, like, get" like, she would be like, "Try a rice cake instead of whatever the fuck you're gonna put in your body," or I would be like, "I want a snack," and she'd be like, "How about popcorn?" or, "No, how about an apple?" And I was like, I
That's not a snack.
mean yeah, I'm like,
It's not a
"What the
snack and it's not dessert.
it's not a snack and it's not dessert, and I need people to hear me when I say that." I it's like echo it from the rooftops, but yeah, it wasn't low calorie until I was maybe like 10 or
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, that's the same sort of thing for us.
Yeah.
And but yeah, when I was a little kid, I was praised a lot when I was very small for my sister was a really picky eater. And so I think in
Yeah.
a way in an attempt to try to get her to eat more variety, they'd be like, "Look, your little sister will eat this stuff." And I'd be like, "Check it out, I'll eat it all." But I
Ah,
also ate really weirdly slow. But I feel
interesting.
like I was always trying to plot to get certain foods I was not allowed, like to manipulate, like,
Oh,
okay, all right. Like I was obsessed with Hardee's double bacon cheeseburgers. So in that case, I
interesting.
did like the cheese, but it was because of the
Right.
bacon.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember like being in the back seat of my parents' car, like, okay, if I say I'm tired at the right point, and then I point out how long it has been since the last meal, seeing the next exit has a Hardee's, perhaps I can throw that on the table. Like I
Yeah.
was just always thinking about how to get food I actually liked because that wasn't usually what we
Interesting.
were what we were gonna eat.
How often were you allowed to have fast food?
Like in my memory, never.
Right.
But I'm sure that was because I was like, I want it all the time. Because I
Right.
also remember having a lot of fast food toys and
Oh my
that
wow. That's a great
yeah.
point.
Yeah, like
Wow.
in the pandemic, I really ramped up my childhood nostalgia, I think as like a self-soothing sort of thing. And so
Sure.
rebought or bought for the first time a bunch of like t-shirts and souvenirs and stuff from my favorite rides at childhood amusement parks.
Ooh.
So I have like a Big Bad Wolf t-shirt and Loch Ness Monster, that kind of stuff. But I also rebought a jazz cap from Wendy's, which was Wendy's gave out. I think they had these promotional things where it would be like, if you come here and you pay an extra like $3 or whatever,
right,
you can get this Elf toy. You can get these cool Back to the Future sunglasses. And the jazz caps were tropical print baseball caps.
Right.
And so, yeah, I bought that and wore it around. Another thing that my boyfriend was like, there's something wrong with you. And I'm like, according to TikTok, it's autism, but who knows?
So funny. I know. I was like, I've fully embraced. I mean, this whole podcast is like nostalgia of just like, I think it was maybe like a month into quarantine or maybe a little later. I like remade Dunkaroos. I like made them from scratch.
They must be better than actual Dunkaroos. Have you tasted actual Dunkaroos recently?
No, and I'm scared.
Don't, because it won't. They're not good. But yes, in your memory that of course they're so fun and they're great. But like, yeah, it's waxy and unpleasant.
Shit, I think I need to do a whole thing where I try. I mean, I was talking about this like on another recent episode, but like Carvel ice cream cakes were like my birthday thing. That was like the treat. And so I've like always like built them up in my mind, right? And then it just occurred to me,
make regular cakes.
I know. Ice cream cakes are like my favorite. And so I built them up in my brain. And then it was only this past summer that I was like, you can buy an ice cream cake for yourself. Like,
you can buy, as a grown-up, you're allowed, you just need to have the money, but you're allowed to buy anything. You can buy a little tiny cake at the grocery store and just be like, here we go. I'm getting a little tiny Barbie cake. It's not for any reason. I'm just doing it. Like, it's wild.
Yes, it's crazy. And it never occurs to me. I said, exactly. I still in my brain, like register it as being like, that is only for this occasion. You do not get to mix Raisinets and popcorn anywhere but a movie theater. And it's like, my boyfriend will buy Raisinets and do microwave popcorn all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, you are bad.
Yeah. There is no parent now. Yeah. I mean, the first, that cake that I got from you when Andrew came to visit, it was just because it was the first time he came to visit me here. And I was like, these cakes look dope. Let's have some fucking fun. And everybody was like, whose birthday is it? It has to be a birthday. And
so funny.
He for like weeks was like, it has not been my birthday. It is not even an anniversary. She got me a cake. She just wanted to get me a cake. And I was like, why not?
You're a good girlfriend. You're a good girlfriend. And that was a fun cake. So
had a D20 on it. Which reminds me, I wanted to ask you if I can hijack a bit more.
Hijack it.
Do you fuck with role-playing games?
I don't. And I don't know why, because I would love it if I did, but for some reason, like all the video games, anything that I've ever gotten into has been around that realm. And I love all of the magic and like lore, but I've never gotten into it.
Yeah, you got to find a DM because they do all the hard work and then you just show up and are like, I take out my sword, whatever.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe I'll start DMing. But I ask about it because one of my favorite parts of role-playing games, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons fantasy stuff or like the other night we're playing, Andrew's got this new game called Duster that's like sort of a Mad Max Western world.
Ooh.
And I always like the goods and food. I'm like he's like, you walk into the tavern. I'm like, well, what are they serving? And he's like, tavern stuff. And I'm like, no, I need to know. The other day I forced him into describing a meal at basically a food truck in this post-apocalyptic wasteland that was hash inside of a hubcap. I wrote it down.
Oh my
Hash in a
God.
hubcap with roasted yucca root and wild hog. I don't think that's bad.
I mean, that actually sounds really good.
Right?
He needs to make it now.
That's what I told him. I was
Get
like,
a
you have to.
hubcap.
Yeah. Well, I've said that the hubcap can be implied. But
Sure.
yeah, there's a whole cookbook of Dungeons and
Fuck.
Dragons stuff. Yeah. And
Wait,
we
I
did
love that.
his kids for Halloween last year, we made a haunted house for his kid, and it was just a ton of edible glitter in
Yeah.
mixed up with all kinds of stuff, and like some of it with different colors of Gatorade, so it could be like potions and shit.
Oh,
It's like, why
that
not?
is I love things that are look like other things. Like I love food that looks like other things. That's why like I'm pretty adamant about any of the cakes or stuff that I bake that all the toppings be edible to like as much as humanly possible because I hate when you see like a cake and you're like, "Whoa, this is gorgeous. These flowers are beautiful." And you're like, "Ew, they're real flowers. Get them off my fucking cake."
Yeah, or like a cardboard center.
No. I would rather it be like less gorgeous and more edible.
Thank you. That's what makes me so angry about all these cake shows. I feel like they're a little out of style now.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm like, oh, good. You made a disgusting work of food art, I suppose. Like, make a good cake. Stop making garbage that's in the shape of a race car.
Right.
I don't care if a cake is in the shape of a race car. If it clearly tastes bad, I've seen what you put in it.
I'm like, you know what? If there's styrofoam anywhere near that fucking cake,
Or
because
a motor. If there's a motor in your cake, it's a bad cake.
Right.
Sorry.
And I love edible glitter for that reason too, because it's just like you can just make things look fucking bananas and then be like, and now you can eat it.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I hear you 100%. That's so cool that there are cookbooks for that though. Like, see, I'm really into Zelda and I like the food is such like a big like hunting and I'm about all of the stupid parts. So I'll like sit there for an hour making like meals and being like, what are you talking about? This isn't a good meal. Like just truly
like
psychotic.
you assemble a meal in the video game?
Yes. Okay, wait. So have you ever played Zelda?
I mean, only in arcades, so never
Okay.
seriously.
So the most recent, I think it's Breath of the Wild, like you can maybe it's not Breath of the Wild. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But you essentially collect ingredients. So it's like you will be going around and you like use your sword to chop a bush and like it's wheat.
Yeah, you do.
And yeah, and that's like that's my other favorite part is just like slicing shit with a sword. And so you can collect a bunch of different things and in the most recent version you can put them together in a pot and choose your combination. So it's like you've got trout and you've got a quail egg and you've got green beans or something and then you put them all together and there are formulas that will give you like a specific superpower, but there are
so it's
also
superpower chopped.
kind of, yeah. But then sometimes you think I'm like, you know what tastes good together? Why don't we just do some fish and rice? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let's just
had
do
a hard day at work. We'll just throw that together.
just a little bit of fish and rice. And then what it does is it shows you this like pixelated plate with like pixelated food on it. And it's like mush. And then like, and I know, and it's really insulting to be honest.
Like, hey, if I had done, I would have at least made it look nicer than that. You don't know how I plate game.
I know. I'm like, I still would have eaten it. Like, could you give me a break? I'm like, that's a good combo. Don't fuck with that.
Yeah, I feel like it's literally globally seen as fundamental food, fish and rice.
I know. And it's like, it's devastating to be honest. But you know, also I should just make real food like adults do instead of looking to Zelda and I spend all my time like playing with food in Zelda. And then I'm like, loose lunch meat for dinner again. Like truly, or it's like watching the cooking shows forever. And then I'm like, I wonder if I should cook this thing.
Yeah, food porn. I mean,
Yeah.
you already got your food rocks off. You watched it. You're not gonna
Yeah.
sit in the kitchen after that.
Right.
You've had
That's
the
why
experience already.
it's funny. People are like, "What's the recipe?" And I'm like, "You don't want a recipe for any. Who wants a recipe unless
Yeah.
I'm searching for it?" I never in my life have watched a Food Network show and been like, I need the recipe for that one."
I love cookbooks, but I do
Yes.
feel that they are coffee table books.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, with the internet now, it's like, look, do I have to scroll through a blog mom's,
I
whole
can't with
life
those. I
story?
cannot. I hate that. I hate that. Like, I don't, it makes me hate those people.
Yeah.
Like if it's like, I was crying in the rain and I was thinking all I want to do is get home. And then later I made these carrots. I'm like, I hate you. I would have pushed you in the rain. I wish it was worse for you.
I
I don't
agree.
care about this.
I agree. I don't know who reads them, but I follow a couple. There's a couple of the go-to blogs that I go to, and they keep it pretty focused. The paragraph is pretty much like, I made this for a friend's birthday as a variation on blah blah blah. Here are the things I like about the cake. It's like, I don't need to know about your dog. I don't need to know. Like, I don't want any references to your family.
I feel like I wouldn't mind all those references if it wasn't so obviously a like, you have to get through all of this to get to the recipe at the end. Put the recipe right up top. And then
Yes.
if it's like, these are these great strawberry cookies that I make. Da, 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 da. Oh,
Yeah.
why do I make them? When did I first think of it? I'll tell you, friend. Like,
Yeah.
then I might be like, okay, all right, I want to know a little
Right.
more. You seem cool. These cookies are great.
Totally. Totally. No, I have so many problems with them. Some of them are now formatted in a better way, but I mean, I could fucking go on and on about these dumb recipe bitches.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's what we deal with.
What you're saying about video game food, though, also reminded me of this. One of the things that stuck out to me the most about a book I really liked called Girl in Landscape by Jonathan Latham.
Oh, I've heard of this.
They live on another planet and they have like 5 different types of potatoes. That's all they eat.
Mm,
They have like,
mm,
I can't remember what most of them are, but it's like potatoes, carrot potatoes, spinach potatoes, and there's like potato shaped things that taste like those things. But one of them was a fish potato that was like a wobbly,
no.
like gelatinous sort of thing filled with fluid and some sort of fish-like creature inside of it. So you cut it open and it like splashes open and then you eat the fish from inside of it. So you see
Ugh.
why it stuck with me.
Yes, absolutely.
It will now stick with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it will. Because for a second, I was like, it sounds like you're talking about gefilte fish. Because that I would understand. Do you know what gefilte fish is?
Yeah.
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 So
Now, this is like a water
listen,
balloon
some people
full of
I've
some sort
talked
of stuff.
to that have moved here, have moved to LA, were like, look, I didn't meet a Jew till I was 25. And I'm like, okay, interesting.
I
Um,
knew not every, I knew a lot of Jews in my hometown. So I thought
yeah.
there were a lot of Jews in my hometown. And then when I grew up, my friends were like, no, it was only the 4 of us. You just knew us. No one
That's
else. Are
so
you
funny.
serious? We were the only ones. And I was like, oh, all right.
You're like,
I guess it was weird.
weird. I just gravitated towards the Jews. Look, I understand. That is the life that I was one of like the 10 Jews, maybe like 4 Jews in my class. Um okay, let me pull up. I'm going to make you play um let's see. I am going to make you play Two Truths and a Lie based off of Doritos and Cool Ranch Doritos.
Okay.
I'm going to test your knowledge to see if you really know this favorite treat of yours.
I don't.
I know it's okay. Nobody does. It's a lot of Googling. Okay. You've got 3 statements. One of them is a lie. You have to find the lie.
Okay.
So we've got our first one. 1, Cool Ranch Doritos came out in 1966. 2, Cool Ranch Doritos came out in 1986. 3, Cool Ranch Doritos are called Cool American Doritos in Europe.
The Lie is the first one.
Yes. I mean, was
It
it
came out
that
in '86
obvious?
along with Salsa Rio.
See,
And
you do know your stuff.
well, just that.
Just the
And
exact year.
and the and yeah, it was exciting. There was new Doritos. I didn't really like nacho cheese that much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have seen Cool American, and I think every American that sees that is like, they get it.
Yes!
Yeah.
I didn't know that until, like, someone told me, and now I would, like I mean, again, like, anytime I travel anywhere, I want to go to the grocery store and
I,
see their snacks.
I mean, that's when I'm obsessed with the candy. And
Yes.
honestly, the like globalism of the world, it's kind of it's not that special anymore. I can get foreign candy
I
at
know.
like World Market, and it used to be more exciting
I
to like discover this world of candy as you travel.
Totally, but I wanna get the not favorites. Like, I wanna get, like, in Thailand, they had, like, chips that were clearly not people's favorites, and, like, those are the chips I wanna try.
Yeah, there was a kind of candy bar in England. I think it's like Fry's Cream it's dark
Mm,
chocolate, and it's got like a cream, sort of like the inside of like a peppermint patty in
yeah.
there, and they have but it's a little softer. They've got a mint one, they've got a vanilla cream one, and they've got an orange cream one. And I love yeah, it is not the British candy that most people know of,
Yeah.
but I would, like, go and stock up on those vanilla and orange ones, also the least popular of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like I feel like I would gravitate towards things that like maybe like everyone is like I'm trying to think of an American version of something that's gross that nobody likes.
Necco wafers.
Great call. That
Thank
was
you.
quick. Yeah, Necco wafers. Like that would be the thing I would be like, what a weird thing. Why does no one want this? And then I would somehow convince myself that I actually liked it when that's not the case.
Yeah, I don't know how you could jazz up a Necco wafer.
I mean, I'll eat them. Look, I'll eat almost any candy if it's in front of me. That's the truth.
Wow.
I know. I'm sick. What can I say? I'm sick. I'm mentally ill. Um,
I just
okay.
only have so many like, candy slots in my day, and I worry about
Oh,
wasting them on
yeah.
something I'm not gonna like.
Yeah. I mean, I get that, but normally I'm pretty open. Like, I'm pretty down for an adventure. I also try to choose things that, like, don't fill you up a ton, and, like, I'm not, like, a big chocolate person. So, like,
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, candy is like I love a gummy, I love a hard candy, I love like I keep like thinking any of the shows I do, I'll always be like, "You know it's important that we get comedians candy." And it's like nobody ever wanted that. And like I'm like, "No, you know it's pretty important that we get everyone candy." And then I just eat it the whole night.
Yeah.
So that's generally how it
When I have
goes.
parties, those I think they're Japanese candies, they're like little gummies that each come in their own, um,
Oh,
wrapper thing.
yeah.
Yeah, they're like kiwi flavored or grape
They're
flavored
like
or
jellies,
mango.
right?
Yeah, they're jellies.
Jellies, yeah, yeah,
Not the
yeah, yeah,
jellies in
yeah.
the cup, but it's just like a little
Right.
blobby in there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's I'm like, "Well, if there's a party, we need these." My friend Lindsay is like, maybe a shrimp tray and some wine," and I'm like, "Blah, blah, those also."
Right.
But
Right.
also, best thing this is not a food thing, best thing I've ever had at a party that I've thrown. I
Yeah.
also have, candy cigarettes sometimes because I think that's fun. I'll put out a
Oh,
few
that's
boxes of them.
nostalgic.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Hey, you know what? If you need to step away for a cigarette," people are like, "You're fun." But no, great thing for a party, finger puppets. You know those little finger puppets of, like, monsters with the
Yeah,
arms?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got those kinda by mistake one time for a party. People went fucking nuts. They
Shit.
loved them. They took them home. I would see them in their house later.
Oh
They
my
were having fun
god.
with each other. Because like, half of the thing of a party is that you you're eating because you're like, "I don't know what else to do." But if you
Yeah.
have some kinda dumb shit like that to do with your hands
That's
anyway,
great. How would you
I
feel about silly putty?
I think I would like it. I mean, the only thing is that, like, Yeah, you're getting other people's skin flakes in your toy.
Ew, no.
Sorry.
Everyone would have to have their own individual,
I would
but
love that. Then yeah, I would
right?
love that.
A
Yeah.
silly putty. I mean, now I'm feeling like, why don't we have goodie bags at parties anymore?
Well, but goodie bag like at the party instead of like taking it home.
Oh yeah, that's
Play
like
with some junk there.
also no, you're right. You're right. I forgot that kids are not allowed to have autonomy over their food like that or their games or anything.
Yeah, you
You
get this
get
when
it
you're
at
going
the
out the
end.
door.
Exactly. So your mom has to deal with the crumbs in the car. Understood. Um all right.
Sorry.
So,
I
no, you're
interrupted the game.
fine. No, 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 no. You're fine. We've got round 2. So,
Okay.
3 statements. First one, Doritos are addictive scientifically. 2, Doritos were invented at Disneyland. 3, they tried to make pickle Doritos, but it didn't stick. What is the lie?
I'm gonna say Disneyland is the lie.
Disneyland is the lie. It is the lie. They are, yeah, like it's like not a confirmed truth, essentially, but it is confirmed that the ingredients in Doritos are scientifically addictive. Like the combination of ingredients in Doritos, which is like
Well,
most junk food, you know, and
yeah,
tangy
sugar and salt in
pickle.
general, right? Sugar, salt, and
Yeah.
fat.
Sugar, salt, and fat, and specifically, I mean, it has
When was that?
MSG
I
in
want
it too.
that.
The tangy pickle,
Mhm.
they just came
Yeah,
out. They just came out. Yeah.
but they're not
They're
around anymore?
no, they're here. That is the truth. That is a truth. Oh, wait.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Oh, did I do that? Sometimes I get this wrong and I just yeah, they tried pickled
Did you do
Doritos
2
and they
lies?
did yeah,
Oh,
I sure
oh.
did. All right, I guess you win that round. No, oh, god damn it.
So
Um,
there have never been pickled Doritos?
well, I don't believe so. No, I think that they're back. I
Yeah,
mean,
there
they're
should be.
they've been overseas. I mean, we've had a lot of conversations on here. I guess pickle flavored stuff is big in most places except for the US. So now we're finally hopping on that trend. And now we're getting like all the pickle chips and shit like that. So
Yeah.
that's all now I think. I can't believe I fucking did 2 lies again. Um God damn it. Really shitting the bed over here.
Um, yeah, I'm just excited, or I mean, I was excited uh, that the pickle thing could happen, but now I'm excited that maybe that means that it will happen and that it's not already a failed experiment. Maybe
No,
it's
it did. So like I think it's like very like recent. So I think okay, I just looked it up. You can buy them on snacks.com, but there's only 1,000 bags up for grabs. This was in August. And
wow.
then there won't be a restock on the website, so it's a very limited time thing, but they're testing it apparently. So it's like if this sticks. Mm,
Yeah, I mean,
um
pickle stuff makes sense. We like salt and vinegar, and that's got a lot of it. So it's basically like a salt and vinegar with dill, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's like fully dill, but it's like a garlicky salt and vinegar.
That sounds great.
I know. I mean, I'm like, I don't hate that at all. And I also can't handle a full on salt and vinegar.
Hmm.
So well, it ruins the roof of my mouth.
I do. It is depending on the brand and how strong it is. I do like to like pair it with a normal chip, a plain chip.
Oh,
If you
interesting.
eat a
So
plain and a salt and vinegar together, just the right amount.
you'll get a variety of chips, but you'll get one of every candy. Interesting.
Well,
You really
it's again, I will like if I'm at a place that has like, like you're out
a
having
one
lunch
in
and people
one.
have there's a lot of bags of chips. I'll get like
Yeah.
4 chips from 2 different bags and then there we go.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'm
Incredible.
psychotic.
You're really I mean, it's so unrelatable to me and I love it so much because of that. Um Well, we have come to the point in the podcast where I force you to talk about hypothetically having sex with snacks. And which is arguably my favorite part, which means we have come to fuck, marry, kill. And we have added on this podcast that is very open poly partner. So,
Wait, poly
partner, you get a poly partner. So,
okay.
we have 4 choices now. And you can fuck, marry, kill. And then your poly partner is what you get in addition to your married partner. So you can engage as much or as little as you want. You can engage in a group. You can engage separately, although your married partner is your primary. So,
right. And so the poly partner may more be their partner than mine.
I mean, look, and I mean, I'll be honest.
I get to set my own rules for my relationship.
You get to set your own rules.
Okay.
So, but you have to, those are your 2 main, and then like your married is your main, your poly is like your second. So, different from fucking though, because this is committed still.
No, I've been in relationships. I know it's different from fucking. Trust
me. Okay, so we have 3 categories. We have cheese snacks, we've got peanut butter snacks, and then we have chocolate snacks or just chocolate bars. So we'll start with cheese snacks. We have 1, sour cream and cheddar Ruffles. 2, flaming hot Cheetos. 3, cheese pub mix. And 4, nacho cheese Doritos. And I can repeat them as many times as you need me
to. Okay. I think I got it.
Okay.
So kill the Ruffles.
Oh my God, Eliza.
Sour cream and onion is a bad flavor.
It's sour cream and cheddar, though.
Oh, that's even worse. What? Sour cream and cheddar? Why do you need sour cream and cheddar? They cancel each other out. They don't enhance.
God. Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, so no. Cheese pub mix. By that you mean like that Chex Mixy kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's got like a sun chip, a Dorito, a pretzel.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, fuck that. Not because it's exciting, but because like whatever, you're at a bar. And then that leaves the flaming hot Cheetos and the nacho cheese Doritos. So the flaming hot Cheetos. Yeah, I'm that kind of fucking crazy bitch that marries the flaming hot Cheetos.
Oh my God.
And the secondary poly partner would be the Doritos. I feel like if we had kids, I would trust them to help co-parent. That's what I get from a nacho cheese Dorito, like reliability.
Sure. I mean,
excitement.
Especially if you have kids with flaming hot Cheetos like that, you're going to be in for a handful.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm probably picturing the Doritos more as like a social worker, but they're definitely in the picture.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, this is interesting. Okay, so I really came at you when you killed the sour cream and cheddar Ruffles because I love them. But now that I'm thinking about the choices, it's hard because
you love a Ruffles.
But that specific flavor is like it's right there. It's right there with Cool Ranch for me.
Wait a minute. Okay, sorry. My Wi-Fi is clearly objecting to your take as much as I am. So
got it.
Moving closer to the router. Okay, if that flavor was on a Lay's instead of a Ruffles, which of those 2 would you prefer?
Ruffles. Lay's are not good. Oh, wait. Sorry.
It was stunned.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi. No, it's either I don't know what just happened, but honestly, I would be stunned as well. At your reaction, okay, Lay's are not good.
They're better than Ruffles.
No,
Ruffles
they're
are like,
not.
no, it's like eating like a potato insole. Like, no, thank you. It's
The
too thick.
ridges. The
I don't
ridges.
want the ridges. I want bubbles. Give me bubbles. Give me folds.
Oh, wow. But
I
they
mean,
Lay's disintegrate in your mouth immediately.
yeah, not in your hand. But what? A lot of good things do.
I hate that. I hate that so much. I've never disagreed more.
I mean, a kettle chip is better than both. But I will
Sure.
say, like, just a straight up yellow bag Lay's, I like
Ugh.
it.
I honestly wish you were the first person to have said that on this podcast, and you're not. And I, for the life of me, don't understand it. Because unless it's going in an onion dip, and I'm talking about like a classic, like sour cream and French onion soup mix dip, unless that's what's happening, I don't want, get it away from me.
I'm not a fan of sour cream in general. Though, have you had hot crab dip?
No, what?
The real Southern thing. Ooh, there was this house full of old lady sisters who on my block when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
The Crumleys, and they always had one huge poodle, and it kept like every time it would die, they would get another one. So and they always named it Igor. So they were on like Igor 4 or 5 by the time I was in high school. But anyway, they had this great Christmas party every year. And one of the things they always served was like a tureen, with the little hot flamey thing underneath it of hot crab dip, which is like
maybe I
cheesy,
have had
crabby
it.
sour cream, and you put it in the little like crackery cups. It's real good.
I forgot about it. I think I've had it very limited amount of times, but
it's for special occasions.
I love seafood and cheese, for the record. I am a seafood and cheese person.
The versions of it that I like, I very much like.
Yeah.
Like a tuna melt. That's
okay.
Great. A pasta sauce that's got like olives and like a red sauce with like olives and tuna and maybe some like Parmesan, like real Parmesan, like a real snappy hard cheese grated in there. That's good.
Right.
Casseroles are good. I don't know much beyond that I would. I mean, besides the hot crab dip, that's great.
Got it. Interesting. Yeah, fuck. Now I want to get hot crab dip. I'm distracted. That sounds delicious.
Or a whitefish salad.
Okay, that is where we are fully aligned. Anytime I go to New York, I get, because I don't fuck with LA bagels, I get a whitefish salad, a fucking inch of whitefish salad in between two bagels or two halves of a bagel. And that is, chef's kiss.
I mean, I can't have bagels because I can't have wheat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, I get it.
But yeah, every time I'm in New York, I load up on smoked fish, and your lox, your gravlax, like the fish places I go in and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Give me some of that's floating in the stuff and those things over there. And what's good in here? Okay, that too. But
fair.
Yeah, I almost made a big order during the pandemic, and then I was like, I am not making money. I cannot spend a crazy amount of money to have old fish flown to me from across the country. So we found a place in Denver, and I did. I had like my little section of the refrigerator at Andrew's house that I was like, this is my stuff. I'm sorry, you guys, but like, you can't.
Right.
You can't just like use up.
Right.
These things, and like mostly to his daughter, and she was like, yeah, I don't want your weird fish. I'm like, okay, I'm just saying, like, if you accidentally are like looking for bologna or whatever, don't make a mistake with this.
Don't accidentally eat my fish and mistake it for bologna. That happens all the time, by the way.
Yeah. So scared that someone's going to accidentally take my food.
They're like, what is this? Salami?
Ew, it's gross. It smells like it's old. We're going to throw it out. Like,
oh my God. No, I have smoked fish in my fridge now. It's a fucking delight. Smoked trout from Trader Joe's. It's really not
Ooh.
bad. Yeah. I recommend it. I will say though, like the lox costs way too much out here. Smoked salmon, like what the fuck? Where are they getting the smoked salmon from in LA that they're charging that
Well,
much?
and the quality is not. I find it a lot of times it's like too salty. Where I'm like, what's wrong with this
Yes.
fish? You had to salt it that much.
Yeah. It's like, oh, because it was, I mean, look, I've heard horror stories about fish recently that freaked me out. So I can't even go there, but it's a nightmare. I mean, okay, so let me recap your choices
Okay,
because
sorry.
again, no, don't apologize. I just like these flabbergasted me, but now they also are making me rethink things. I No, you know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm marrying the sour cream and cheddar ruffles. So you're
Well, then we can live next door to each other, and
okay.
you don't have to ever distrust me.
I exactly. We can feel safe around each other's partners. I love flaming hot Cheetos, but I just can't do it in any form of consistency. And I agree wholeheartedly that pub mix is an excellent fuck. Like, I like variety. I like switching it up. I mean, there's so much there where it's just like, look,
Yeah,
you could have it any way you want.
you can get a handful, or you can pick.
Exactly. So I'm like, wow, okay, great call there. And then nacho cheese Doritos it's obviously it's not Cool Ranch, but it's got to be in the mix somewhere because Doritos are superior to most chips.
Hmm.
It,
You know, I is
okay.
that so that's your poly partner also.
That's my poly partner. Yeah.
You know who I would have left. I would cheat on the Flamin' Hot Cheetos for. I would leave Flamin'
Who?
Hot Cheetos. I would wreck my life for Cheez-Its.
Interesting. Okay, so you're a big Cheez-Its person. Do you like what flavor Cheez-Its? Like, do you like
Straight up
OG?
orange Cheez-Its,
Wow.
and I
Okay.
I can't really eat them anymore because of the wheat. But
Right.
all of those like cheese snack, like the moon cheese or the Wispas or whatever that are just cheese,
Yeah.
those kind of fill that area for me where it's kind of like a sharp taste.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I've actually been meaning to get Cheez-Its lately. No, you know what I wanted to try? The goldfish extreme flavor.
See, I feel like goldfish is never extreme. Like
I
they
know, but
pretend to be extreme. They're
I've
like, no,
been
we're doing
told
something different this time. We bought whips. We got handcuffs. It's gonna be dirty. And it's like, no, it's not. Goldfish, you're goldfish. You're
I
goldfish.
heard it leaves what I'm gonna now call a snack hickey. I heard that the extremes leave a dust on your fingers.
See, I don't. But I think that's why I like the Cheez It is that it's not dust dependent. It's in the cracker.
Yeah, I
It's there
guess.
to begin with. Did you know that, or have you seen the goldfish? Oh, you might very much enjoy this. The goldfish s'mores.
I just talked about them literally on the last podcast. Like so fucking good. I love
Really?
them. Oh my god, you hate them?
Well, I mean, I can't have the wheat, but I picked out
Mm.
some of the marshmallows. But I was like, yeah, these are like cereal marshmallows. They're okay.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like cereal. It tastes the way the cereal that is sold to kids tastes. So it's like, we're gonna call them crackers, sure, but they're cookies. We all know it. It's like animal crackers. You're like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Um, so that's oh my god. Now that makes me, and I feel like it's mentioned twice. It's like, and now I have to get them.
Uh, the goldfish or the cheese, the Cheez
The
Its.
gold. Well, now all of these. Now I'm feeling like I need to fucking go on a trip of just snacks, which I keep avoiding. And also, I'm like, people are like, "Oh, how do you talk about snacks all the time and not just get a bunch of snacks?" And I'm like, I'm still figuring that journey out. I really am still figuring that
Well,
journey
now
out.
you can do it and just call it charcuterie, and everyone thinks that you're
Ye-
having a fancy evening.
Yeah.
I
What
like
about
to,
a snack charcuterie board? Like
yeah.
not meats and cheeses though. Like just snacky snacks.
Well, the thing about charcuterie is like you got a lot of different substances, like different textures and stuff happening.
Right.
And you've got a lot of different levels of flavor, you know. I
Right.
think it would be hard to achieve that with just snacks, unless we could count things like string cheese as snacks.
We can. I think we can.
Okay. Yeah. So then yeah, I think you could make that happen. But
yeah,
so many different snacks are just slight variations in different shapes.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that you make a very good point overall, but now I still want to make like because they do like candy charcuterie boards. Well, who are we kidding? We're just making child things adult and
I often will have
pretending.
a snack plate dinner, which I sing to the tune of Cat Scratch
Ooh.
Fever when I do it.
That's so good.
Plate dinner. Yep. It's great.
Oh my God, I love that. I mean, see, that's another good idea. I'm a buffet person, so I'll make a snack buffet for just me, myself, and I. I pretend it's for my boyfriend too, but he'll be like, I don't like that. And I'm like, getting it anyway. So don't care.
This restaurant doesn't work that way.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we've got a chocolate bar as our next category for Fuck, Marry, Kill, Polly. So we have, here are your choices: cookies and cream chocolate, like a chocolate bar, a milk chocolate bar, a white chocolate bar, and a dark chocolate bar. Pretty simple.
I thought you said this was going to be like a chocolate thing. Most of those are not chocolate.
Okay, wow. All right. Out the gate firing. And I know I know that you're aiming it at white chocolate, so let's hear it.
Fuck white chocolate. Fuck white chocolate.
Okay.
I am on record. One of my more popular tweets is that I think that people who like, I'm sorry to say this before you give your answer.
No, go ahead.
People who like white chocolate can't fuck right.
I support that.
That's, I think, I haven't done the research, but I'm pretty confident that I'm right.
Okay.
So kill white chocolate. Kill it. It's dead.
Yeah.
Cookies and cream.
It's supposed to be good.
Can I hand job it instead of fuck it? Like,
I think we'll okay that. You just got to go to first, second, or third base. No, you got to go to second. No, you got to go to third or home run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to enjoy it.
Sure.
And I'm not going to put effort in. So, like, I guess I'll like let it fuck me.
Good call.
But just to get it over with, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, sadly, we've all been there.
We all have.
Obviously, marry dark chocolate. That's real chocolate.
Oh, okay.
And then milk chocolate, yeah, again, same sort of situation where that's a poly partner that, you know, I think is reliable and can babysit.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Reliable. I could see milk chocolate as the babysitter easily, but I want to marry the babysitter.
Wow. Because that's a child's kind of chocolate.
It is. And look, for years, I pretended that I was growing out of milk chocolate. And I think I'm more in a semi-sweet chocolate place. However, a really good milk chocolate is that's what candy should taste like, in my opinion.
Like a Cadbury's.
Yeah. Or like a Ritter Sport.
Ooh.
Or like a Ghirardelli's.
Okay.
Or a Lindt.
I'm a Lindt girl myself.
Yes, a Lindt truffle. Those things are so fucked up.
I tagged them one time in a tweet. It was like, let's all admit it. Lindt is just like way better than Godiva. Godiva's garbage.
Yes.
Why are we even pretending? And Lindt wrote back and we're like, can we send you something? And they sent me a huge box of chocolate. So for like at least months, they sent me the weirdest stuff though. I would hand out chocolate bars, would be like dark chocolate and pineapple. They sent me milk chocolate pumpkin spice.
Ooh.
Those little.
I would shit my pants if I see. All I want to do is get this podcast to a point where if where people just send me non-stop shit. That's all I want.
I don't know how it happened. I've been chasing. Oh my gosh, this guy really wants
Booberry.
dinner. Oh my gosh. He's like, come on, it's almost dinner time. It's not almost dinner time. I will give you a dental treat though to get you off my case. Yeah, I've been chasing that dragon since they invited me to their Oscar brunch for influencers.
Oh, that's too much.
That was I went. It was at the Mondrian, and it was me and a bunch of women from Orange County taking pictures pretending to eat things for their Instagram, while I was just like, yeah, I'm eating all this stuff. And it was it was Lindt paired with some wine company. So I was like, yeah, give me all that chocolate and that wine in the middle of the day. I'm a star. And nothing like that has happened since.
Shit. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want all the first dibs on things. Look, I'll write a cool blog post. I'll fucking whatever you want, you guys. Just send me candy. Send me candy. Send me snacks. That's like once this podcast gets to a place where people start doing that, I'll be like, you guys stop. I need healthy food. You guys stop. People are starving.
My skin is getting really bad.
Exactly. You guys send it to a homeless shelter. Okay. I don't want it.
You need the gummies more than I do.
I know. Imagine dropping off like wild ass flavored Doritos at a homeless shelter. And they're like, you couldn't have just like gotten something like nutrient dense. And it's
sorry, I didn't want these cappuccino lays to begin with. So you guys have to figure it out.
Exactly. And it's like, you could have just gotten Ezekiel bread. And it's like, no.
But they don't want that.
No, they don't want Ezekiel bread. They don't. I mean, who does?
I really don't like the move of like, we should give nutritious food to the homeless. Like, so people who don't have homes don't get to like tasty trash treats just like the rest of us.
I agree.
What are they, our kids? No.
I know exactly. If we cared that much, we would think about something more than giving them an apple instead of a bag of chips.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same way. It's like being like, well, I don't want to give them $1 unless I know what they're going to spend it on, and it won't be alcohol. Like, really? Yeah. Aren't you going to spend it on that? So.
Yeah. That's always been a thing for me too, where it's like, I don't want to know where it's, I don't want it to go to a bad place. And I'm like, okay, well, you can only carry so many water bottles when you don't have a home. Like, it's like, you can't just imagine. I mean, what a terrible dilemma to have literally no home, but like an abundance of drinks. Like,
what is that picture being painted? Just like a bunch of just health freaks who don't have a permanent place to live. Like,
it's crazy.
Right? They're like, I don't have a mailing address to help me get a job, but I am loaded with quinoa. I've got as much as anybody needs. Like, that's not the problem.
Exactly. You go down to the LA River and it's like, of course they're cooking quinoa. Of course. There's nothing wrong here. They're fine.
We fixed it. We saved them. We're saviors.
Exactly. Oh man. Yeah, I picked a shit group here, to be honest. I did. Sometimes every now and then every now and then I think like this game would be fun if all of them were bad choices. Go ahead.
Can I give you one?
Yes.
Okay. Gummy shapes.
Ooh.
Bears, worms, octopuses, rings. No, yes, rings. I'm keeping it simple. I was going to say cherries, but then you know the flavor. So.
I don't know octopuses are simple, but I'm going to marry them. Mm-hmm. I'm going to marry them. I'm going to fuck the rings. Hey. I am going to kill the bears. And I am going to poly with the worms.
Yep. I'm exactly the same.
Aligned? Oh my God. You just can't. The bears are classic. And if all the gummies had the same amount of flavor as the bears do, it would be a different story.
Maybe. But even the well-flavored ones, there's no fun to it. It's just a blob. You can't pull and snap. You can't like rip it apart. It's just like,
yeah. I will say this. I do wish they had single flavored worms. I really don't need a mix. I just don't.
I wish the worms in general were well flavored. Were like more flavored. Like I feel like they're mostly sweet flavored.
Yeah. There's like a berry-ish, citrus-ish.
Yeah.
But it's nondescript.
With most gummies, I mean, especially if it's at a bulk place, if there's no label on it, you're judging on shape. That's the only thing you can go on.
Yeah. And I mean, and I like a hearty shape too. So it's like an octopus is perfect in my opinion. It's got
wiggly bits. It's got like sturdy bits.
Yeah.
Everything.
Do you like candy corn?
I don't.
Okay. I was going to say, what do you prefer? A candy pumpkin or a candy corn? Cause I'm a pumpkin gal.
Oh, see, I have real pumpkin issues. I do not like pumpkins. I feel pumpkins have infiltrated a lot of spaces they do not belong.
They don't feel safe for you anymore?
No, there's like this weird like pumpkin takeover and fine. Pumpkins and Thanksgiving, fine. I get it. Sure. Corn of plenty, fall leaves, pumpkins. Pumpkins and Halloween? Shut up. There's what? Just because you carve a face into it, which aren't scary. Most Halloween most jack-o'-lantern faces are like cutesy, which I'm like, grow a dick.
Well, it'd be scary. Kids. Would be a dick on one. That would be offensive.
It would be.
That would be the scariest thing.
Yes, I mean, it would be terrifying. A Halloween assault. But yeah, like you got like bats, cats, spiders, skeletons, skulls. I'll make them two different things. Ghosts.
Sure.
And pumpkins. Get the fuck out of here, pumpkins.
Well, they needed a flavor.
But it's not the real pumpkin flavor. Pumpkin spice is just spices, and pumpkin, like what you're talking about, the candy corn, is just like the flavor of like basic icing. Like,
yes,
it's royal icing flavored.
That is true. Royal icing is for me one of those things where I'm like, that's not edible, and then I've eaten all of it. So you're not wrong. Yeah, I'm like, it's not good, and then it's like, why is your mouth black? I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm always like, you can just always tell when I've been eating fondant because my full mouth is dyed that color. And I'm like, guys, don't eat this. It's not really tasty.
And imagine your teeth brightly colored as you say this.
Oh, it's insane.
I do like sprinkles a lot. And I feel like sprinkles are not flavor, but I love
sprinkles. I have been known to eat sprinkles for dinner. I like not in like an intentional sitting down to put them on a plate, but just like if there's nothing in my fridge and I'm rummaging around my pantry, I have such an abundance of baking stuff that like I'll be like, oh, here's this unopened thing of sprinkles. I should just have a couple. And then I'm like, I'm like, and then it's like, did you just eat all that? Yes.
Yeah, so they've got to be paired with something for me. But those the like Yogurtland type places where you're like pulling your own, which again, I think you can probably guess how I do my flavor sorting.
A teeny tiny dollop.
That is correct. Yes. It's just a little plop of each one.
A little.
Mm-hmm. And then I load up on sprinkles on top of it, which people are always like, what? That's not even like a real topping. What are you doing? Stop. And I'm like, I'm beating the system because you're putting on a heavy ass like Oreos and pieces of like candy, and this is very light. So
I mean, that's not a bad point, but I mean, I think we're just gonna like agree to disagree on quantity just because I'm a little more mentally ill and you sound like you've like talked about eating slowly, eating in moderation, like
Well, now
all
I
this.
eat very fast.
Do
And
you?
yeah, oh yeah, like disturbingly fast. But when I was a
Oh.
child, the rest of my family would finish and leave the dinner table and I would just be there by myself.
Oh
Um,
God.
but my craziness is that I will get one of like if you can walk in and be like, that's the flavor I want, and you like fill it up with that, I'm like,
Yeah.
what planet are you from?
Oh, I feel the same way about that. Like
Okay.
I'm a one of everything type person, but I also am like it better be I want one of everything, but I want that one to feed two. So like I will go to a bakery. It's my favorite thing to do is to go somewhere like a bakery and be like, give me one of everything. And like go and get like one of every pastry. And like pastries are like big.
Yeah.
So it's like I that way like it's like you split a croissant in half, then you split a different flavor croissant. I mean, that's like
That's
my
decadence.
and it's so and here's the truth. You spend as much as you at a nice bakery, you're going to spend you know, maybe 50, $60, right? If you get like a one of everything, maybe exclude a couple things, you pay more for a fucking meal at a restaurant. If you go to a restaurant with someone like a nice LA restaurant, and that brings me more joy than getting served 2 scallops on a plate, which I've never in
Even
my
if the
life ordered.
scallops had cheese on them.
Fuck. I mean, what are we talking here? Uh no, I mean, yeah, okay, great. God, are we talking Korean food does a good job of seafood and cheese, and it always makes me think of that. Because you ever see those videos of people like Korean barbecue? Some of the Korean barbecue places have just like fucking fondue, essentially.
Oh no, I've never seen
Yeah,
that.
where you like barbecue the shit and then you dip it in this cheese and the cheese is real stretchy. It's a production, which
That
I
sounds
also
great.
appreciate. Very into interactive food, but I like a variety and I need it to be a large amount. So it's like I would love I would get an XL bowl and then I would get like 4 things. So it's like if I go to a like an ice cream shop, always get at least 2 flavors.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
But I will sample all the flavors first.
I mean, I'm sad we can't sample anymore. Is
Some of
really
them are
like
bringing it back.
shut up. Who? Tell me
Van
right now.
Leeuwen.
Oh wow! I mean, I'm waiting for Salt and Straw and Jenny's to like get
Yeah,
it.
Jenny's, I think, isn't. Salt and Straw might have. I went by there recently because there's one that's right next to Erin McKenna's, which is the gluten-free bakery. I
Oh
do
yes, in Larchmont.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I want to say that there were other people getting samples in there, and I was like, ugh, I can't wait for this.
I last time I was there at that exact one, nobody was getting samples, so I'll have to go back because they also do wild ass shit with their ice cream, and sometimes it's straight up disgusting. And it's
Yeah,
like
their
I'm not going to
Thanksgiving
order.
dinner.
Yeah, I'm not going to order your rosemary blood sausage.
No, but I do want to taste it. Absolutely.
Yes. Are you
I think I
joking? But
don't want to know.
yeah, exactly. I have tasted their blood sausage, uh, the ice cream. It's
And
not, you don't need it. It tastes like if you've ever eaten liver,
ooh,
uh, it tastes like organ meat. Like it's because it's like velvety, like the ice cream is,
mhm.
but it's got a little tang. Like yeah, anyway, nobody needs to eat that ever
Yeah, I don't
again.
get it.
No, I mean it's kitschy, it's fun, but
Yeah,
it's not for me. All right, here's the last category of fuck Mary kill Polly partner. Peanut butter snacks.
great.
Do you like peanut butter?
I do.
Okay, great. Here we go. I mean, you're gonna love this first one. White chocolate peanut butter
Kill
cups.
it.
Peanut M&Ms. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which as an adult, I will say is more of a snack. I don't know who brings that to work with them.
And a treat. I would say it's a treat.
It
I've made
is.
them for dessert for myself before. I'm
They
like, I need
are.
something sweet. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Absolutely. A crustable or uncrustable, whatever the fuck they're called. Okay, so white chocolate peanut butter cups, peanut M&Ms, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and peanut butter chocolate ice cream.
Okay. I'm marrying peanut butter chocolate ice cream. Easy peasy
Ooh.
lemon squeezy.
Okay.
I think my poly partner is the peanut butter M&Ms.
Okay.
Obviously the white chocolate killed.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yeah, fuck that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But like eyes open, you know?
Yes. Wow, we actually align perfectly on that one.
Great.
100%. 100%. So basically we can't this grouping,
Yeah.
we couldn't live near each other, no double
Yeah, no,
dates,
yeah.
but
If my partner, if I find out that if I see your number and that
yeah,
chocolate ice cream phone,
you know it's not platonic. You
yeah,
know.
we're gonna have a big fucking fight.
um yeah, I agree with you. I mean, chocolate peanut butter ice cream, delicious.
It's the best.
Peanut butter cup, for some reason I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to throw that in cuz peanut butter cups are good." I've actually never had a white chocolate peanut butter cup.
Neither have I. Why would I? Why
Well,
would I do that?
again, yes. I feel
Unless I
like
was
it.
asleep and it fell into my mouth, there's
Yes.
no way I would eat it.
I will say I prefer peanut butter M&Ms to peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
I think peanut butter M&Ms are fucking delicious, but I mean, I don't mind a peanut M&M. It's fine.
Peanut M&Ms, like in my family, that was almost a health food. Like there were exceptions made from that. I grew up being like, it's
Mm,
trail mix. Come
yeah.
on, it's protein.
We would have to eat almond everything instead.
Oh, I don't mind almond M&Ms. Do they still
I
make
don't know.
those? They did for a
Yeah,
while.
they still do. Wait, did you ever have carob as a
God,
child?
all the time. I
Same.
so angry at carob, so angry at it.
Same.
Yeah,
Why? Why was that a suitable substitute for
it
chocolate? Like, I don't
wasn't. It
understand.
wasn't.
We used to
It was brown. That's
it
why, because
was
it was brown.
everything. I was like, no one fucking knows what I'm talking about, and I'm like, I know the taste, like
Yeah,
the
it's like dirt
fucking
Play-Doh
they have it at, Ralph's now, or at least, like, they have it at my Ralph's. I'm always tempted to get it and
in
do
what
one of those
form?
in chips, chocolate chips or carob chips. I guess if
No.
you can't well, you know what? I guess I don't know if it's something to do with milk because like or
But
dairy.
we've got better options now. I mean, it's the same way that like Tab was the low calorie soda, and then we got better options, and then Tab went away. We've got
Yeah,
better options for replacement chocolates. Carob can go away.
I completely agree with you 100%. Um, well, I mean, I love that we aligned perfectly despite our differences. We aligned perfectly in the end, which I mean, I do respect your choices, especially the fact that your favorite is one of my fucking tops of all time.
Me too.
So, Cool Ranch Doritos for life. You can have the dime bag, or I'll get the family size and give you four. And
Thank you.
and then it'll be perfect. But you've been a great guest, Eliza. Thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Thank you for
I
having me.
of course, I know you got to feed Booberry, even though it's not dinner time yet, or it is maybe.
No, it is not.
It
But
is.
I'm gonna have to play some sort of game and psych him out.
Yes, absolutely. Tell everybody where they can find you. I'll also post all the links in the chat, or not in the
Uh,
chat. You get it.
yeah, I'm on Twitter at Eliza Skinner, and I'm on Instagram at @eskins. That's about it for now.
That's it. Nothing else exciting to plug.
No, not at the moment. I mean, there's still episodes of my podcast Cool Playlist up that you can listen to, and
Yes.
hopefully I will be making new ones again soon, but the old
Catch
ones
up
are
on
out there.
that. Binge it. Check her shit out. She's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Thank you again. And thank you so much for listening to everybody. And I will see you next time.